This video is based on an interview done live at the Trenton Computer Festival in April 2007.
Well, when you get here, just so you know, I'm going to address this socially isolating thing right off the bat because you're going to show up and there's like 7 beautiful women here waiting to take people on tours. And I wanted to put the invitation right out there to the listeners. Please feel free if you want to come by Socrates. That's our sim for eLumenata, our main sim. Please feel free to come on out, and it's Socrates, like the Greek philosopher, and we have 5 sims, and we've got people who would love to take you on tour over the next couple of days. At any rate, where we are right now is the Garden of Menus. And the Garden of Menus actually represents something we've been working on here at eLumenata, which is our in-world university. And just so people know, it's not a real university like an accredited university, but we do Priminology, which is where you teach people SL skills. We also help newbies, so we're creating these gardens to try to help newbies like they do on Help Island and those places. We're going to be creating some certification courses as well in real life and in SL. And we're working with Real Life University, so El Bella, that you can see on screen who's standing next to me, is a real life grad student from University of Houston Clear Lake who's doing her internship with us. And we're trying, and also Indigo Mugun, who is over around behind us, is also a Real Life University professor from the UK, and she has built a child development center over on New Orleans, which is one of our adjacent sims. So we try to offer a really creative environment for real-life educators to come in and play and do research and experiment. We're also here to help people get into the game and have fun. I believe learning is fun. My real-life background is my name is Virginia Dickinson in real life. I own a learning and development company and work with a lot of corporations. I've also done higher ed work and teacher training. And all of my graduate work is in the area of curriculum instruction. And it's this is like a living magazine ad for me in the area of learning and development. That's how I own 2 sims here, Socrates and Aristotle. We have a conglomeration of a 5-sim continent. So Thinkerer is also part of continent, and Barry Walcher owns Main Campus, which looks more like a traditional university. Contessa Marquet is the dean of the Priminology School, and she owns New Orleans. And then I have another sim, which is our Educational Research Center, which is a very quiet, low-lag sim in an area called Otherland. And so that's where we go if we're going to do teacher training, or right now we're working on an advanced ISD course for University of Houston Clear Lake. That will be a real course for credit, but also we're going to be helping other people do teacher training as well. And so those are just some of the things we're up to. And real quick, Thinker, you and I talked about the Garden of Menus, and if you want to kind of walk through it and show people, the Garden of Menus is really the only place in SL you go to and see all the menus you can possibly use laid out. Each of the little balls has a note card. It's got information about the menus, some exercises you can do. We're going to be adding to these menus where newbies can come in and they can click on a menu and go to a website and get more exercises and information. And each menu is represented here, and actually you can walk through all of them, and you end up at the top at this hall of menus that's way up in the air. And if you set your viewer to midnight, you can actually, this is a really beautiful example of the artist who did this is actually a real-life lighting artist. And so she created this not only as a place for people to learn, but as artwork. And so at night you can really, if you set to midnight, you can really see how she worked with the lighting to make this very appealing. And it's very nonlinear. This is not a click here and do this. It's a very different way of introducing learning to people, and they tend to be very engaged just by the environment itself. So we're very excited about it. I look at it, the person who created this is Baba Boo, and that's B-A-B-A, and then her last name is B-U if you want to contact her in World, and she's a very, very talented builder and artist.
I asked Xenon to tell us a bit more about the business model behind her use of Second Life.
Socrates, Aristotle, Main Campus all represent an opportunity for me and for the other people who are involved to market their real-life businesses. That's why we're in SL. So we treat them like living magazine ads. I spend an average of $900 to $1,200 a month here, and I've been doing that for over a year now. So you can do the math. That's a lot of money for a small business person like me. I will tell you that I'm seeing better than 10 times the return on that I can attribute to having a presence in SL.
Well, let's do that math. $12,000 a year would bring in $120,000 in revenue. Sounds pretty good for a computer game.